It was the 5th of December 2015. Stu had been asked to be Father Christmas at Fraser's school, and then we were invited to a Christmas jumper party that evening. We decided to walk. The children were really tired, so Fraser was on Stu's shoulders. I heard a bang. The boys were lying on the floor, obviously being hit by a car.
James started getting symptoms when he was 2, rising 3. James's heart was in failure. The only hope for us at this point was transplant. We didn't know what was going to happen and whether he would survive.
I had a double lung transplant because my lungs were damaged because of cystic fibrosis, and I only had a few months to live. After a double lung transplant, you get 5 years. The clock starts ticking then, so, live your life as much as you can.
I was diagnosed with PSC and also another disease called ulcerative colitis. They said, you'll probably have to have a liver transplant. Walked out the door and didn't give it much thought, to be honest.
They had this really good heart for James, but it would be an ABO mismatch. His body would be likely to put a massive fight up against receiving this heart. The doctors started to broach the subject of James needing a kidney transplant. I went into theatre a few hours before James's transplant, and my kidney was taken in an ambulance with a doctor. I was told a few hours later that the operation had been very successful, so I felt a huge sense of relief.
The person who gave me the gift of life, it was the last wish and the last gift that they can ever give. So I just have to think to myself that, it was something that they wanted to give me rather than, someone died for me.
I don't think there's probably a day goes past that I don't think, somebody else died, and there's a family that's grieving and will continue to do that for the rest of their lives while I get to live.
The funeral was the week before Christmas. How do you face a Christmas without your little boy? To come back to actually him gifting the greatest gift. And that's what Christmas should be about. In relation to the organ donation process, the reason Stu and I had a conversation was because of our recent opt-out in Wales. I didn't understand that as his next of kin, I had the power to override his decision. Because I was whisked away, I couldn't complete the paperwork for Stewie's donation. It meant that some of the things that could have been utilised weren't. And it's from then that it became clear that support and education was so key.
So this is our family.
The charity literally started a week after the boy's passing. I knew that there was a lot of work that needed to be done and helped with organ donation. We're trying to educate people, and then we're also trying to support people, whether they be donor recipients or donor families. Overriding all of that, I think, is the removal of organ donation as a taboo.
The process starts with this guy, Fraser Bear, and the animators, who hadn't seen Fraser actually up to this point, started to come up with doodles and sketches.
The way he looks so cheeky.
Yes.
And so animated, because that's exactly what Fraser was. He was probably the ideal person to be animated because he was so enthusiastic and so animated. Thank you all so much for coming to the stadium. I've got to say a personal thank you for actually hitting our final 9.
Believe, and together we can make a difference. Believe!
This has been the most emotional journey for me. I want to say thank you, first of all, and well done to Madog. Madog, can you come up here, lovely? Now the English voice, obviously with having 5 schools to choose from, was just the most difficult. I'm really, really proud and honoured and hope that he will continue to do me proud. And that Dylan. That was really emotional. I can't believe it. That was possibly one of the hardest things that I've done. Our voices have been found.
Hi, my name is Fraser Aaron Bates, F-A-B. Fab! I have the biggest set of lungs, 'cause I love football and singing!
No one could really get their heads around what an amazing animation it was. The response has been amazing. I still haven't had the strength to read through every single message.
Believe in yourself. Believe in the gift of life. Believe, and together we can make a difference. Believe!